Okay, I have my new friend Luffy here today with me this morning. He's gonna be here for a few hours. We're doing some drop-off training. We wanna work on leash manners. We wanna work on obedience. Overall, of course, listening skills, everything that we'd like our dogs to have with us. But another concern is a bit of reactivity towards other dogs. It might be a specific type of reactivity, meaning he responds differently to certain dogs. I am not sure quite yet if it's a matter of size, breed, temperament, demeanor, but either way, what I'm going to show him today is what he can do instead. I have some treats with me, but I don't want to use them quite yet. I want to just start with flat out, if ever he is just maybe noticing a dog, whatever distance that is. I'm not sure what his threshold is quite yet. We'll have to figure that out together. But the moment I start to notice even just a little bit of, hey, there's a dog there, I'm not sure what to do, we are going to do our usual reset where we start taking a bit of space. We start walking away, we start moving, just to let him know, hey, when in doubt, as you guys know, don't act out, instead walk it out, and then just keep going. And then of course we can come back if we feel like it, but for now I just want to show him, at least while we're outside right now, I just want to show him that, hey, what we want is to just walk away. That's all. Walk away, feel safe. You're not sure what to do. We're still trying to figure each other out. He's only been with his new home for about a month, so they're also trying to figure each other out. So the best thing we can do when we're not sure is to simply walk away. And that is gonna, at the very least, start with providing him with safety, with feeling like, hey, if I'm not sure, I can just walk away, and potentially add some rewards to that, and we'll take it from there. Let's go, Luffy. Little dog over there. He's just clipped to my waist right now. I'll see if he notices the dog. The dog has noticed him. Okay, Luffy, you saw him. That's great. Let's go. Let's start walking. Not too bad. Just one little growl. He doesn't start off right away, which is quite impressive for a 5-year-old pooch. If he has had a chance to practice his behavior long enough, he'd probably start escalating. What was that about? Escalating a little bit sooner or a little bit faster. But he took a moment. He took about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds before that growl. Even then, it was just the one. I think, hey, I have to fix his harness. So come on, let's take some space here. We don't want to do that out there. But just to wrap that up there, he just did a little growl there, and then I was able to easily walk away with it. I know I'm gonna have to fix your harness, so I'm gonna stop the video here. I'll fix his harness, and then we'll keep going. Okay, I was just double checking his harness. I think it's fine. Not sure why he did that little jump there. He seems fine. When I was handling his, or trying to touch his harness, or just trying to see if it was on properly or not, what he'll do is what he did just now, where he freezes a little bit and starts licking his mouth. That is not rare or necessarily bad. He's letting me know he's not too comfortable with too much handling, and that makes perfect sense. We barely know each other. I was just not going to hesitate to fix his harness, because the only thing worse than this could of course be that he gets away from it, and then that's the situation none of us want. So I've made sure that it's fine, it seems okay, and since it's okay and he is safe, now I'm gonna prioritize what he needs, meaning he needs me to be as slow as I can, as far as touching, as far as just a little bit of handling. I don't want to do too much. We barely know each other. I just of course want to make sure that his harness is safe, because his safety is my #1 priority. And so for now, we're just sitting here as I wanted to fix his harness, but I'm never gonna force him to do anything. It'll be interesting to see how he feels about the elevator. I'm not sure if he's gone through that before. Some dogs I have to sometimes pick up when we go inside the elevator, because it's their first time, or it's their first time in that particular elevator. So we'll see how that goes. If I have to nudge him a little bit to at least go upstairs for him to have a break from being outside and training, then we'll need to do that there and then, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But as I was saying in the other video, his response to the dog that came across us just now, that little white dog that came past us, it wasn't too bad. I expected something a little bit more from him, as far as maybe reacting a bit more, growling a bit sooner, for a bit longer. But he just did a little growl after 1.5, 2 seconds of, you know what, I'm just gonna look at this dog. Okay, I'm not sure about you. Now I growl. So that wasn't too bad. It shows me that there's a lot of room there to be able to guide him. And the moment I started walking with him, the better he then did afterwards. He started walking with me. It's not like he barked at that dog. It's not like he kept on growling. He very willingly came with me, and that's the exact idea that I want with him and with any dog where they're not sure what to do, they're growling or barking. I want them to feel as though they can walk away, and I'm gonna definitely help them do that. For now, I think we're gonna keep it short. I like that we had our little walk just now. He's not showing me any signs of necessarily wanting to go home or wanting to leave, or any signs of stress. I think the toughest thing so far has maybe been the little harness incident where I am definitely touching more than I should, but again, I want to prioritize his safety, so the harness has to be on no matter what, no matter how he's feeling. So I had to skip a few steps there. So what I want to do now is give him a break from the outdoors and work on our bond. Our bond is huge. For us to do any kind of training, for us to do any kind of obedience, teach him any kind of manners, we need to have that bond, and that's usually where I start with most dogs anyway. I just wanted to start outside first today because I wanted to see how he would react to certain dogs, and I wanted to see if he was okay being without his pet parents right now for the very first time. And so far so good. Everything is honestly looking up. There's a lot, of course, to work on, but nothing hugely alarming yet. So I want to focus on our bond a little bit. So we're going to go upstairs, see if he's interested in some games. We're probably not going to do any kind of physical game where we're roughhousing or we're playing with each other. I'll see, but that would definitely be a lot of fun because it's great for bond building. But if I can just get him feeling comfortable around me, near me, with some mentally stimulating games, he'll definitely have a good sniff around my apartment, and that's going to get him feeling good as well. So we'll do that next. As a side note, he's doing fantastic with the elevator. No concerns at all. He's walking through the sliding doors at the front and the lobby. He's now in the elevator. I don't know if he's been there before. It doesn't seem like he has any concerns at all. He just walked in. Add to the fact that we're brand new to each other. He's in a brand new place. So all things considered, he's doing quite well, which lets me know that he's an experienced boy. Of course, he's 5. But he's not necessarily a nervous or fearful dog. He's quite sure of himself, so I love it. It makes it a lot easier for us to work on a lot of different things, and he's being extremely cooperative. Okay, we're indoors now. I'm just gonna let him explore as he likes. I'm gonna leave a leash on so I don't have to go through the clipping of it and putting it back on later if we need to go out. And so if ever, let's say he gets into something like, which I don't think he will, and there's nothing for him to necessarily get into. He's not exactly a puppy anymore anyway. But worst case scenario, let's say he hears something outside and he starts barking, I can use a leash to just help him walk away, help him take some space from that, but I don't think I'll need to. It's more so just so that I don't have to go through the handling of clipping it on once we are ready to head back out again. And that's exactly why we're here. I want him to just have a moment to himself where he can just explore, he can just sniff around, he can just see who's been here before, what they've been doing, what this place is. I want him feeling good, and again, I want him feeling good towards me and around me so that we can be even more successful in our training. I'm gonna give him some water here if ever he wants some. There's definitely a lot of different scents because I had other dogs, our own dogs, coming over here and there. So there's a lot for him to be curious about without me necessarily having to bring out any toys in particular quite yet. Him getting very playful also requires him to feel comfortable and safe and confident. So he's in a brand new setting. So for now, I'm just gonna let him decompress. I'm gonna let him just do his own thing, and then we'll see if ever I feel like he has maybe stopped here and there, meaning he has taken a little pause. Then we'll see if we can head back out again so we can tackle some of the concerns. But otherwise, what we might also do is do our little in and out exercise where we have the door open and we're just practicing walking in and out, because that'll be great for confidence building. It'll be great for leash training building, listening skills. But for now, I'm just gonna give him a break just to take things in, just to pause for a moment so that he doesn't get overwhelmed. I want him to just be for now. Okay, we're gonna try something fun now, especially for him. He seems to be settling a little bit. I don't want to rush him, but I do want to get him feeling good in natural ways without forcing him to do anything too challenging. So I've placed a few dud pieces, very small pieces here, for him to have to snuffle. I will first just toss one here for him to just grab if he feels like he's not too into it, and that's okay. I'm gonna take it back and I'm gonna place it inside here. I don't need him to figure this out. I won't close it fully. The idea is that I want him to figure out how to get the pieces out of it. It can be a really fun game, but I think right now, also given that he didn't take that piece just now, it's just that he's got too much going on. So all I want him to do for now is just show some curiosity towards this. It sounds silly, but that's all I want for him to just figure out. Okay, I can smell that, and that's it. That's all you want? Yes, that's all I want. I just want you to give it a little whiff right there, and that's all. I can try giving him a treat, but I don't think he'll take it. But the gesture of me giving something, or at least giving him something to think about, to smell, to take a moment to just pause, to just consider, is good. We're doing something together. It's not anything too difficult quite yet, as he tries to navigate everything right now. He's like, what's the TV? What's that? Why are we here? What's going on? I don't want to put too much pressure on him, and I also don't want to bribe him with food. I just want to let him know that there's a scent here. That's all. There's a smell here for him to smell. If he'd rather just sniff the ground like he's doing here, that's honestly even better. A moment ago he was just doing more of this, just standing, just watching. I want his nose to kick in, and that's why I'm doing this. I want to just play something there. This time he sniffed it a little bit longer, a little bit more, so that's great, and that's exactly what I want him to do. I thought coming in that he would be a bit more curious nose and scent wise, as far as everything, and just smell everywhere, but he's choosing to just stand there. So two things that I can do is, one is try to engage his nose a bit like this. There you go, he's sniffing a bit. Sniffing lets him know what's going on here, lets him know a lot of things about this place. So one of two things I can do is trigger his nose, get his nose going a little bit, or I can also walk with him from one room to the next. I can move around, potentially even go into the lobby, go into the balcony to get him moving, but I want to give him a chance to just do that on his own. It could be that the leash being on him is also affecting him a little bit, but I think that's an easier hurdle for him than me having to clip it on later when he's not yet comfortable with too much handling. So I'm choosing my battles here. I'm letting him stay with the leash, which is something I think he'll be, once he figures it out, easily, just be able to get over it and feel okay despite the leash being on him, as opposed to us having to figure out how to do some handling this soon and early on. So I'll leave the leash on for now, but I'm gonna give him a chance to either just sniff around or walk with me if ever I feel like he really can't, just loosen up on his own. I'll walk around, just like I was doing outdoors. I'll just walk around and let him just loosen up in that way. Because whenever I'm in doubt, or whenever my dog's in doubt, I just want to help them walk. Walk is a really, really, really good way to help them literally walk things off and walk the way that he's feeling. If he's not feeling sure, if he's not feeling safe, if he's not feeling brave, if he's not feeling certain, then walking can help him kind of go through those emotions as we walk without any other expectations. But for now, I'm just gonna let him be for a little bit more, and if he is not able to just kind of settle even just a little bit where he then starts walking, showing a bit of curiosity, then I'll use the leash to just help him walk around. Here we are again. He just chose to sit down, which is beautiful. I think he's also a bit into me in the sense that, hey, I'm new here, but I met you downstairs and you're all I know so far from this entire thing. So I'm just gonna hang around here close to you, so that if ever there's anything that goes on, at least I'm the most familiar with you out of everything so far. So I'm liking that. He's slipping a little bit there. He's going through a lot, even though he's not moving. You can tell in his brain and in his eyes, this is a lot for him. Even though I think he is an experienced dog, I think he is a confident dog. Maybe not the most well socialized through his years before he got rescued with his current family that he's been with for about a month now. I think there's maybe been some missed opportunities in the past where he has had a chance to safely and properly display curiosity in different environments. That's why here he's kind of just choosing to not do anything. Oh, there we got some curiosity, beautiful. So he's giving us very little. It's there, but very little as far as curiosity, which is good. Curiosity is not bad, and that's going to replace the feeling that he's feeling right now, which is, okay, I'm not gonna do anything because I don't know what I should do. So anytime that he shows curiosity, that's a step in the right direction. I'm not gonna be able to force him to be curious. I just have to wait and let him and his comfort level, help him with that. I'm gonna try something here because he's moving forward, and as he hears the leash, he's stopping a little bit. So I'm gonna see what happens if I just bring the leash forward a bit here. That way it doesn't make a lot of noise. There, we got his nose engaged a little bit. He's curious about me, I think, as well, which is good. It's fantastic for me to do leash manners, obedience, and this applies to the pet parents as well. He has to first show interest. He has to show curiosity. And of course, we're not doing this outside where there's far too many distractions. We're doing that just inside here. And even though we did have a moment where we sat outside, this is definitely the kind of exercise, the kind of bond building exercise where you want to just let him come to you, but do it in a place, in an environment where it's doable, where he's going to get to that point where it's feasible for him and it's not going to seem like it's the most difficult thing in the world. So right now, that's all I'm doing. I'm letting him come to me. I could use food or my voice to reinforce, to reward, but I'm just going to let him come to me for now. That's all. He's got a lot to figure out, so I don't want to add any difficulties or anything at all. Now he's showing a bit more curiosity. That's amazing. And again, this is all very much required for him to show interest in whatever it is that I have to teach him outside. It starts with comfort. It starts with curiosity. It starts with a dog that wants to do things. Otherwise, the opposite is a dog that is just shutting down. And even though, let's say, maybe through shutting down, he stops barking or stops growling, sure, but he is shutting down, and I don't want that. I want him to feel good and also feel good, not growling and not barking. But first, he needs to have a baseline of feeling good, at least when we're just together and there's nothing else going on. And so I love that right now he's starting to show a bit more curiosity in this new place, which is good. It's normal. It's how he should be. And so I'm very, very, very happy with that. Okay, it looks like he started settling a bit now, which is great. This is all on his own, by the way. I'm just giving him a bit of time. Time and space, removed any sort of pressure, even any kind of expectation. I'm just letting him do his thing. And the fact that he's panting, I made sure it's really cool inside here. I like to keep it rather chilly, because every time I come back from a walk, I like to feel the cold. And especially for a Spitz breed, I definitely want to have it be cool for him as well. So I'm convinced that it's not the heat, it's not too hot for him. It's rather the fact that, at least not indoors, it's the fact that he's going through a lot. So that's why we're getting a lot of panting, a lot of him just trying to take everything in, right? I know, calling you out on it. So it's good for him to be able to just settle. The next step that I would recommend for pet parents with their dog like this at home would be for the dog to maybe choose to come settle with them without us making him do it. That would be a huge indicator that the bond is strengthening, that the dog is looking for some guidance. And then of course training and all that is also far easier when we have those building blocks in place. But for now, I don't need him to do that with me. We just met. I need him to just feel as calm and relaxed as he can, so that we can then go through the next step. So he's been like this for a little bit now, just kind of taking it all in, relaxing, laying down as much as he possibly can. So what I'm gonna do now is just stand up. I'm gonna get up and see how he responds. So if he gets up and walks with me, then you know what, maybe we're ready to step out again and do some more training as far as reactivity and leash manners and all that. If he chooses to remain down, then that lets me know, hey, I'm still not quite ready to keep moving yet, so give me a bit more time. I'll definitely do that as well, because that is all part of it. I don't want to rush him or make him feel any type of way that he's not ready for. So I'm gonna just get up here, and I think he's ready. Yes, we got the tail that came up. He's ready, and I think good. We're gonna do a few things. Even then, we're not gonna make things too difficult. We're just gonna start with the exercise where we walk in and out of the unit for him to show me that, you know what, even though we're not doing a whole lot, he's still with me. His attention is towards me. And of course, that's going to help us build those leash manners. That will also help us build the reactivity and his confidence level and our relationship. All that will come together, of course. Yeah, I've opened the door. I've set it up so that way I don't have to keep holding it. And my friend Luffy has chosen to just stay there the entire time. So that could be a way of him letting me know that, hey, I'm not quite ready to do anything more. But what I'm gonna try to see how he feels is just grab the leash, That's all. I'm not gonna do or say anything to him quite yet. And I'm gonna walk. If he starts walking, then he's saying, hey, I'm coming. Whatever you're doing, I'm coming. I'm with you. And that's actually really, really good. I love that he stayed over there. I think he was trying to figure out what I'm doing here with the door, which means that he's listening. He's listening for what's going on. So of course, great listening skills help us out with this training. I'm just gonna close this door here to the bathroom so I can focus a bit more. And all I'm gonna do for now is just walk in and out. He's not too keen on treats quite yet, which is normal because he's figuring out a lot of things. I love that he just shook right now. He's shaking off all the feelings that he doesn't wanna have, that are really weighing on his mind. He's just literally shaking them off. So I'm gonna just turn the light here. And what I'm gonna do with him clipped to my waist, I don't need to pull him. I don't want to do any corrections. I never want to do anything that he doesn't want to do. I want to just move at a slow pace and see what he's willing to do on his own. And the reward, although of course I would love it to be treats and my attention, is for us to just walk, for him to figure out, okay, I know what he wants. He wants to just walk in and out. That's all that we're doing now. So I take a few steps out. He can hear the elevator. He can maybe see the elevator. If we go far enough, he can hear, smell, and whatever goes on up there, because of course there are people here, maybe even dogs. But for now, we're just gonna walk out. It's just for him to see, okay, it's not about going to the elevator, it's about seeing where Carlos is going. And this is an exercise where you can also pretend like you forgot your keys, like if you're stepping out for a walk, you can pretend that you left something behind, and you can even say, oh, I forgot my keys, let's go back indoors and get them. Oh, then I forgot my wallet. So make it fun, make it make sense for you in a way where he then realizes, okay, we're not going out yet, we're really just walking. And that's really all I'm doing. You can see I'm not forcing him to walk. He's just choosing to come with me as I'm doing that. And he will, with enough practice and repetition of this, realize that it's not about the elevator. It's not about what's going on. It's not about the walk. It's about being together. And that's why I do this exercise. It's fun, it's easy, it's nothing that's too big or heavy for him. And then we just walk. As you see, I get a little bit further. That's where he maybe gets a little distracted. There's nothing wrong. He's not doing absolutely anything wrong. And then I just have him come back with me in a very easy, engaging way. I can make maybe a little sound just to get his attention. And every time we go out a little bit further, okay, let's go. Yes, good job. Because if you think about it, that's gonna be the exact same exercise I want him to do when we're outside and we run into a dog. It's okay, we can look, but then we walk away. Maybe tomorrow we'll look for an extra second or two, and then we walk away, and then so on. So the more we do this, the more he's gonna get to learn, okay, I can look at dogs. Oh, I love that he did it on his own this time. He just walked away. He realized, okay, the game is to walk away. We don't have to stay and linger. But with time, that confidence to be able to stay and linger without anything happening, like a growl or a bark, will come. So there's no rush to get there. But that's why we do this, so that he sees that, okay, I'm in a new place, it's more distracting, but let's go. We can just disengage at any moment for whatever reason. So we're developing that skill of, okay, when in doubt, as I said earlier, don't act out, help your dog walk it out. And this can be a fun game. You can toss treats on the ground after he's choosing to walk with you as a reward. But this is definitely a huge exercise to help you build your attention towards each other. There, he did it again all on his own. He learns quite fast, and that's going to be a huge benefit to him. So we'll do a couple more of these. We're doing some more of these. You can tell his attention is slowly increasing towards me as he communicates, as I communicate back, and he's feeling good. He's walking, he's moving forward with me. I'm not forcing him to, I'm not doing anything more than just walking, and with little baby steps, we'll keep going further and further out. In a way that, you know what, he feels like it's doable. He feels like he knows what he's doing. He feels like he is safe. He feels like this is predictable. This is not scary. This is not challenging. This is not difficult. And that's how I want him feeling, so that when we go outside and are actually tackling some more difficult things, we have that foundation, that bond of we can overcome things. We just have to make sure that those things that we're working on are things that we are ready for. And so that's all that we're doing now. It's just building on that foundation. I can see that he's very willing to just walk with me. So we'll do a few more of these again, and I'll give him a break to relax, lay down, and then the next time we step out, we'll go back downstairs. Let's do a few more. Come on. So cute. Make it fun too. We stay here. You see, he sees, he hears things, he smells things, and then we walk away. Before he even feels the leash, I think he feels more that I'm walking away, so he comes, it gives him reassurance, it makes him feel good. But I don't have to convince him, I don't have to lure him, I don't have to trick him into coming with me. He realizes that that's the better choice, that's what feels good, because there's nothing else here that feels better than that. And then he hears the elevator, and then we walk. This one's a bit more distracting because the elevator came, but he walked anyway. Let's go. Yes. And even though there's no dogs involved, which I am of course happy with because we're not exactly ready for that. You saw that he froze a little bit. Okay, I don't know what to do, but that's the goal of this. When in doubt, let's still just walk it out. I'm gonna do that again. We have little distractions here and there. With every time that we step out, we go a bit further, we add more. We don't train with just a thing that makes him feel the need to growl or to bark. We start with little things that just get him distracted, period. Just little things that he maybe wonders about. That's what we start with. But we're not gonna wait for the elevator this time. We're staying out here long enough. We're gonna just walk. We're gonna just keep moving. Maybe this time we won't go all the way back in. Maybe this time what I'll do is I'll touch the elevator here. He's like, okay, what's going on? And once again, we just walk away from that. That's all. Here we are outside. We are, of course, having to skip a few steps so that we can just go outside and start working around our dogs. But so far, he's still doing well. He's still paying attention to me. I'm gonna call the elevator, but still have him do a little reset with me, or we're walking back. Got a mini eye contact there, a little bit more there, a little bit more there. Yeah, the elevator is here, but we're gonna walk. Now we're gonna go to the elevator. Okay, I'm glad no one's here. Good, see how confident he is with the elevator, so that's great. He's giving me a bit of eye contact here and there. We can't move much inside the elevator, of course. If ever a dog comes in, we might walk out, if ever that's too much for him. But he's doing well. He likes to communicate quite a bit. If I was his pet parent and he was a lot more comfortable with me, I could be using food as well as a clear reinforcer. But otherwise, this is fine for now. I love that he is communicating more and more naturally. That in its own is a great feeling for him, which is of course a nice reward. So we're gonna definitely have a lot more distractions now, but we're gonna head out anyway so that we can tackle a bit of dog reactivity. So we'll see if we run into some dogs. We'll see what we get out of this walk as we take different steps. Yeah, so we're just gonna walk for now. Then we'll see if we run into some dogs. Let's go. So far, no dogs yet. We're heading towards the dog park, so it's definitely where they'll be. Of course, it's a working day, so a lot of people are at work right now. Maybe within the half hour, some people will step out for lunch with their dogs. But something that I did notice is that whenever people are coming somewhat close, he freezes a little bit, even if he's walking. By freezing, I mean in his head, things stop for a moment. And that can be a very important thing to notice, because that is also happening when he sees dogs, but likely just going into a growl, whereas with people, I haven't seen it quite yet. But it's still very important, because if we walk towards people, let's say there, he stops for just a second, we can still help him walk away, even though I'm not expecting much of a growl with people or kids or whatnot, or even if he does. Still, the same thing, we walk away. So again, never forget that whenever in doubt, don't act out, help your dog walk it out. So the important thing there is to just notice the little moments where, hey, are you not too keen on that? You were fine a moment ago. If you're not too keen on something, you know what, let's start taking some space and we can come back if ever you want to. We don't have to run away from things, but I want to show you that you can just walk away if anything. I don't think you have anything left there. So yeah, that's a very important detail. Anytime your intuition is telling you, I don't know how he's feeling about whatever that is, dog, people, a bike, a scooter, a car, help him walk away. As soon as you feel as though, I'm not too sure how he's feeling, he's probably thinking the same exact thing. So help him take space, and then you can always come back to it. Dog over there with some young boys, but I don't exactly want to go too close, mostly to not bother that dog. They're just hanging out there. But we're gonna walk by a little bit close. We're just gonna walk all around. We want to have as much space as we can. He has noticed us. I don't think Luffy has noticed him quite yet. So maybe once I step up here, he will see him. Otherwise, right now he's doing just fine and dandy. So I'm paying close attention to Luffy. He's the one that's gonna let me know when things are changing for him, when he's feeling a little bit different. So I think he's noticed him now. If he has, he's doing amazing. He's walking away on his own. I'm gonna fall here. He's disengaging all on his own. I'm doing nothing here. I am just walking away. There's people, we just walk away. He's doing fantastic. So we'll see if we can go through over there towards the park. I'm walking somewhat close to the dog. He seems to be quite happy-go-lucky, curious about us. And I'm pretty sure Luffy has noticed him. My phone ran out of storage space there. So again, we're just gonna walk near them. Again, I don't want to make those guys uncomfortable or anything at all, because they see us just sort of walking around. Let's go this way, Luffy. So we're just gonna walk past them. Luffy, I'm pretty sure already knows the dog is there, but we're just gonna walk past. That's all. Yep, he looked at them. He looked at him and just kept going with me. Lovely. Okay, there's a dog approaching nearby. Okay, good job, Luffy. Let's go. Yes, good job. You saw him and then you turned and then we walked. You're still noticing him, so we're gonna keep walking. Luffy, let's go. Yes, not a growl. He's very much noticing you, but you did amazing there. Not a growl, not a pee, a bit of curiosity. He's not using his nose to necessarily sniff, or at least I don't think he was. He's using mostly his body, where he just kind of stops and stares, but there's definitely better ways to approach. And although he did nothing wrong, I'd rather that if he's in any kind of doubt, that he, of course, takes space. And that's exactly what he did with me. Love it. Okay, we're going to go see another dog that's somewhat right across him. There, I think he noticed him right there. He's stopping. Let's go. Come on, walk with me. I am way more fun than that dog. Let's go, boy. So he did really well there again. We're going to come back. We don't want to run away from dogs. We just want to find a different way to approach. And this time he's staying back a lot further than he was over there a moment ago. So that tells me quite clearly, and as you can see, as soon as I start walking, he comes with me, that he's just not feeling too sure about the other dogs. And that's okay. Confidence will come with him knowing what to do in order to feel safe, to feel comfortable. And there he looks again. I let him look for a little bit and then we walk away. I know, yep, a lot too much for you. So that lets me know, okay, he's got about a certain distance. It's not too big, it's not too small, where he then starts to feel like, okay, too close. I would like just walk away with Carlos, and he's doing that quite well. He looks back, nothing wrong, but then he keeps on coming with me. So let's see if at this longer distance he can maybe just watch without feeling the need to do a little growl. And he's able to watch, and he's able to almost look back at me. He's able to just watch, and we're gonna just walk. We watch for a little bit, and then we keep walking, so that he realizes that he's not stuck, even though it's a greater distance that I know he's able to do well with. And then we can just stop and watch for a little bit. And okay, let's go. Luffy, come on, let's go. Yes. And then we can try again. We just stop. If he wants to look back, he will. But the outcome is still the same. We walk away. Yeah, big boy. I know. And then we can see if we can get a little bit closer, because they're walking away. So I'm gonna let them and let him let me know whether he wants to keep going or he wants to keep that distance. And he wants to keep that distance. Distance with it, he's not gonna feel the need to growl as much. With little distance, he's gonna feel the need to growl to let the other dog know, hey, we're too close to each other. I'm not too sure about this. Please give me some space. There's another small dog over there. A lot of small dogs today, which is actually good and convenient for us, because if ever there was some concerns with regards to size, it's usually the bigger, the more difficult. So starting with small dogs, I think he saw him, and just like we always do, we're gonna take space. Let's go. Yes. He didn't take space right away. He didn't take space on his own, but if you notice, he was sniffing the ground, which is of course far better than a growl. He could be sniffing to avoid, which is also far better than a growl or a bark. But he's definitely working through it. He's definitely trying other things than growling. It's not his go-to by any means. It's when he needs some space, or someone's too close, or he needs a break from things. So they walked away, but that was good. That was a good little exercise. I love that unless he's maybe sniffing the ground or there's something happening, if I go left, he goes left. If I go right, he goes right. So we've established quite a fair bit of communication here. There's a dog that we saw earlier passing by, so we'll see if we can catch up to them. Again, I don't want to concern people, but we're just gonna see if we can get a bit close. If he notices that dog again, we're just gonna keep walking. So I'm always paying attention to Luffy and how he's feeling, how he is, what he's maybe thinking, and then we can of course just walk away. I think he saw him but didn't care much. But that's fine. He's more into what's going on the grass, the smell, the different dogs that have been here, which is of course far better than worrying about, hey, where's the next dog appearing, which I'm more concerned with that than he is. Of course, he's happy just being and doing his thing, which is great. Let's go. I want him feeling good. If he feels good outside with no dogs around as the core, then he can also start feeling good with us adding them. So I'm not in any rush to add them, but I do want to of course practice around them, and that's what we've been doing, and he's been doing quite well. Okay, we have some dogs here, 2 of them. We'll see how we do. We're going somewhat face to face, which I don't think is the best idea, but we'll see how we do. There's one there's another one there. He noticed one, he noticed the other, and he's walking. And he's choosing to just keep going. He's choosing to disengage. Let's keep going. How about that? Yes, you looked at them. Wonderful. Now we just keep walking, and maybe we can try coming back a little bit. They are crossing the street, so we're not gonna rush. But honestly, he'd rather do his thing. Let's see if he maybe notices them from afar. Okay, he does, and then he keeps on going. Good job, Luffy. Let's go. Yes. Again, this is all while he's clipped to my waist. If we were right next to a dog, I would be holding the leash and guiding him a little bit more promptly, more proactively. But if we have to do that, then that means we're too close, we're not ready, and maybe it was just a surprise moment. But otherwise, you can tell that there's a bit of distance that he feels 100% comfortable with, and we can slowly start closing that distance. Slowly start closing that gap for him to feel more and more comfortable on his own terms. I am not going to teach him to just feel more comfortable. I can guide him in situations where he's not feeling that way, but if he can get there on his own by me just being there and making sure that it's safe and rewarding, letting him know that he's doing great, he's going to eventually get there. So we'll stay out a little bit more, and then I think we'll head in. I want to make sure the heat is not too much for him. And of course, I don't want to also overwhelm him with dogs and too much training all at once. So we might take one more break, and then we'll do another walk in a little bit. Here is the proof that we've bonded through these exercises, that we've grown our relationship, that we are now far more engaged and in tune with one another. He's actually looking for my affection now. He's actually wanting to spend time and be close and be handled and be touched, compared to earlier where I couldn't even try to see if his harness needed any fixing. So I am very happy with with him today. He's done great for his very first session. He does amazing. He learns really fast. It's almost like for him, it's very much textbook. It's guide him, give him space, give him time. Don't put him through anything too challenging. Do little baby steps. And as you can see, he feels a lot more confident to even have this bond. This moment right now where he is asking for some of my attention, where he is receptive to it, where he's taking it, whereas earlier he wanted nothing to do with any sort of touch and handling. So I am very proud of him. He's a great boy. Good job, Luffy. Look, I can touch your harness now. We'll do one more, well, I guess 2 dogs before we head inside. So there's 2 little ones there. Again, we only have small dogs today, and that's fine. So he has noticed them, and then he's moving back with me. I love it. He knows they're there. He's staying back a bit. I think he's gonna turn his head and look, and then I'll see. I'm not gonna walk yet. I'll see what he does, because we're at a safe enough distance where I can trust his choices, and I just want to see what he chooses to do. Maybe I'll sit here and we'll see what happens. I don't see any other dogs or anything, anyone getting too close. I think he is also tired. He's pooped. He has no energy to care too much about them. If they do come close, I will start walking away. Oh, hello, big boy. I do want to speak to him as a way of reinforcing the choice that he was making to come nearby. He is now just sniffing the ground, which is great. They're doing their own thing. He's doing his. He's feeling relaxed. He's definitely a lot more at ease. He's taking affection from me now. There, he hears them, but he doesn't care a whole lot. It's really only when they're too close. There, he's looking at them a bit, but then he disengages. That shows me a lot of, that grows my trust towards him, as far as, can I give him a bit more wiggle room to make choices, to not always have to walk him. It's still definitely the go-to, to be practiced a lot for him, to really have that skill down pat, to realize that, hey, I can walk away. But so far, if I'm able to have a safe distance and he is doing nothing more than looking, he's not necessarily even staring, he's looking here, he's looking over there. He could be potentially just curious, but he's looking, and now I would say maybe he's been looking for a little bit too long. Yeah, you. So I'll start walking just a little bit. Let's go. Let's take a bit of space. Let's bond again. And you see how willingly he's coming. I am not at all forcing him to walk. He knows that it feels better to take space. He has no reason or interest to interact with them, and he's doing fantastic. So I love that he, as soon as I start walking, he has no hesitation to come with me. Okay, we're gonna head home for a well-deserved break. He's doing nothing more than looking at them as he walks by. He's more distracted by smells than anything, which is normal. That's where also the leash training can help, but it's also good for him to be able to, just do his own thing with smelling. Nothing bad there. It's a natural exercise for them to do, to just sniff their grass, to get information from their surroundings. Like you saw inside my home, he wasn't doing any of that, and that's what was worrying me a little bit. So the fact that he's doing it here tells me that he's feeling more comfortable, more at ease, even though there's dogs right there, and we're able to just walk. If I wanted to, I could get him moving. Luffy, let's go. Come on, let's keep walking. Yes. In a positive, encouraging way, and then we'll go past our 2 friends over there. So far so good. I will hold the leash a little bit shorter because we're close to cars. They're barking at us, but we're gonna keep going. Wow, not a single response from Luffy. I need to turn off the camera because we're crossing the street, but I'll see if there's any more responses from Luffy. Nope, nothing. He chooses to just walk, even though they were barking at him. Good job, Luffy. He's so done. He's pooped. He's tired. Let's go. That was amazing. If we want to talk a little bit more about obedience and his leash skills, I'm going to put it to the test right here, right now. So he's doing quite well already. But there's little mini distractions, not a whole lot. And without calling him, without doing anything. Once again, left, right, right. We go back. We go right. We go left. We go front. We go back. That's amazing. It's not because we've done obedience training, so to speak. It's because we've strengthened our bond. overcome things together. We've done the little in and out exercises indoors where it was very doable, enjoyable for him. And then because of all that, our communication has strengthened just naturally. I haven't told him to do anything. I haven't told him to do anything more than to just walk with me when there's a dog so that he can have space and feel better. That's really all it is. And that has helped him feel as though, okay, when Carlos goes left, you know what? I feel good going with him, so I'm gonna go.